Russell Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You know what? I caught myself. I'm sitting there talking to myself, right? And I'm going over what I was gonna say during the show, right? Sometimes I'm just in here talking to myself, right? And then I looked down. I'm like, oh my God, this thing is about to go live, and I forgot of the time. I lost track of time, right? So and it was like 11:21. I'm like, well, shoot, it should be going live now. So you may get a little glimpse of some of the stuff that I was saying beforehand, and that way you can see that, this Russell of Hotels, he really takes this stuff serious. He's sitting there rehearsing what he thinks he's gonna say during the whatever. Anyway, hey, I'm Russell of Hotels. Thank you so much for joining this daily check-in. I do the daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today is Thursday, so happy Thursday to everybody. It is Thursday, September 18th. We're rapidly getting through September, right? Next thing you know, it'll be Halloween. Okay. In fact, they're already advertising or promoting things for Halloween, right? Already, right? So they've been doing that like since August. All the holidays are just, I don't know. Is Halloween a holiday? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Seems like all these days are just so close together these days. So I don't know. Anyway, so hey, every time I do one of these shows, a daily check-in or on air with Russell of Hotels, I'm always showcasing a hotel, just so you know that this hotel exists, right? Because if you guys didn't look at my on air with Russell of Hotels a couple of days ago, the topic was, contrary to popular belief, everyone does not know your brand exists, right? So if you have not checked that one out, check it out. Everybody may not know that the Gaylord Pacific recently opened. It's a brand new hotel. I would say maybe, I don't think it's 90 days old yet, 60 days maybe it's been open. No, maybe 90 days, something like that. So, but you may not know it exists, right? So it's in Chula Vista, California, which is located just south of San Diego. 1,600 room property. It sits on the bay as well, right? So there's a bay in Chula Vista. Some people are like, well, Chula Vista is inland. There's no water there. No, yes, it is. Yeah, it sits right on the bay, right? So this hotel, in fact, they're developing this whole area. So the first part of the development of this Chula Vista Bay area, I don't know if that's what they call it, but I'm telling you that's what it is. The first project was the hotel, was the Gaylord Pacific. So a lot of other things are going to be happening in that area. So I'm going to say 10 years from now, you're not even going to remember or recognize anything that was going on in Chula Vista. Chula Vista used to be the place that you drive through. Now it's the place you come to. Woo! I don't know if they use that one as a tagline, but maybe they should, okay? And that was free. I gave that was off the dome, and that was free. So Chula Vista, if you need some more stuff, reach out to Russell of Hotels. Reach out to your boy, and we'll make it happen for you. But every now and then I come up with some good stuff. So okay, so what was I saying? Okay, so the Gaylord Hotel, 1,600 rooms, 477,000 square feet of meeting space. Man, it's a huge, it's a behemoth. Is that a good word? Behemoth? It's massive. I want to say 5 restaurants. I know probably 4 restaurants and a sports bar. They have a market in there. The lobby is phenomenal. It's just huge. They have a pool area that encompasses like 5 pools, including a wave pool, makes waves, and a lazy river. Everyone likes the lazy river. So yeah, you can throw your kids in there, and you can go to do your meetings, and everything seems to be compact, meaning you would think, it's a huge footprint, don't get me wrong, with 477,000 square feet of meeting space. That's not including, is that including outside too? I don't know if that's internally or external or interior. I'm not sure. But like I said, they have a lot of space outside as well, right? 5 pools, did I mention that? They have space outside as well. And then the rooms, 1,600 guest rooms, right? So it's just a huge footprint. But it seems like from the lobby area, like where you check in to go into the meeting space, it's not that far. So it's not like Vegas where, if you go to your, say, the elevator banks, from the elevator banks to the meeting space is like 2 miles away. No, it's nothing like that at all. In fact, you would be shocked how close the meeting space is to like the registration area or the front desk area. You would be shocked. You'd be like, man, this is kind of cool how they did this. So yeah, so they took all that into consideration. And for people with small meetings, don't think you would just be getting eaten up by this hotel, because they do small meetings as well, right? They do a lot of, in fact, they probably do more small meetings than they do large meetings. So, just check it out. So I'm just throwing that out there because, like I said, a lot of people may not know this hotel exists or just open. And it's the only Gaylord in California, just in case you did not know that. I don't know how many more they have, scheduled to open, but I know this is the only one in California. So it's always good to be the first one, right? So real quick, yeah, I'm on this list here for people that didn't know, and that's why I tell people, because you may not have known, just like you may not have known about the Gaylord, you may not have known I was one of the top 50 social media influencers in global hospitality for 2025. Now, I share this distinction with 49 other wonderful people, and I appreciate them, and shout out to those people, whoever they are. Now, I know some of those people. In fact, probably about 6 of them I know personally, so I appreciate them and congratulate them as well on the recognition, the award, the celebration, whatever, the distinction, whatever it is, being a social media influencer. People, we kind of, that social media influencer thing, I guess, through creating content, yes, you are some type of influencer, I guess, because of the content that you create. So that's what it should be based on. It's not based on me, it's based on what I'm creating, meaning, am I creating, like right here, this is creating content. This whole daily check-in is creating content, not just for me, but it's creating content for who? For the Gaylord Pacific Hotel, right, that I just talked about. I'm showing their hotel. Every scene that I change, you will see a different view of the Gaylord, right? Right now, around me right here, this is the meeting space, right? This is some of their meeting space. So, yeah, so I do create content, and I guess at the end of the day, yeah, it does come across as being an influencer, but sometimes the word influencer can be a bad word, and people like, well, oh, you're an influencer. Oh, he's an influencer. Oh. Well, anyway, let me get off on that. Tiffany, I've never been to a Gaylord property, but I did book the one in Dallas for a meeting, and they're great to work with. Okay, listen to this. Okay, see, I didn't even mention that the chat was open, right? And then Miss Tiffany comes along and just makes it happen. Okay, let's put her comment on the screen there. See, that's what it's all about, right? So thank you, Miss Tiffany. So I'll put your comment on the screen there so the whole world can see. It's not just, local people. This the whole world can see Tiffany's comments, and they just popped off. So let me just put them on there again, and I'll read it again. Tiffany says, I've never been to the Gaylord property, but I did book the one in Dallas well, you just said you never been to a Gaylord property, but you booked the one in Dallas. Okay. See, Tiffany, she'll book stuff sight unseen. Okay, all right, which I do as well, so I'm not knocking on Tiffany here, okay? But yeah, sometimes as meeting professionals or event professionals, sometimes our schedule or sometimes our budget it doesn't allow us to go and check out every single hotel. So we're relying a lot on, and I hate to say this, the websites, right? We're relying a lot on the website. So that's why it's important that hotels, sales and marketing people, check your websites, make sure your photos, your videos are updated, right? Because we're going a lot off of those if we're doing things sight unseen, which I hate to do, but sometimes you have to do it, right? But yeah, so we're relying heavily on those photos and those videos that you have on your website. Those virtual tours that we have on there that we spend $100,000 on producing. Make sure those things are tight. Make sure they're accurate. Make sure the depiction is the way your hotel is, okay? Because believe me, I've done a lot of those things, and I go to the hotel like, wait a minute, I want to see this one. Where's this room at? On my phone, it says this room looks like this. Okay, well, this is not it. Okay, so let's just make sure that what we're seeing because we always will go to our website. We're directing people to our website. Make sure our website is the way it's supposed to be. It's accurate. Okay, let's just make sure that happens. So anyway, once again, one of the top 50 social media influencers in global hospitality. That means internationally. That means around the world. Okay. So what did she say? Another comment from Miss Tiffany. Yep, sight unseen, but my group was familiar with the property already. Okay, there you go. See? There you go. See, Tiffany just jumped in. She just jumped in and said, yeah, sight unseen, but they were familiar. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So like I said, sometimes that's what we do. We don't want to do that, but sometimes that's just what we have to do. I remember years ago when I first started doing the hotel site selection, excuse me, I had this group that was going to New York, right? I had never been to New York before. I had never been to New York at all. And this was like maybe, I don't know, 7 years ago, right? Up into 7 years ago, I had never been to New York. So I ended up booking this property and they loved it. I booked it sight unseen, but I asked a lot of questions of the salespeople as well as some colleagues that I had that were meeting planners or meeting professionals, right? So I would call them and say, hey, I'm booking New York and this is the property that's coming up. What do you know about this property? And a couple of people that I talked to had actually booked that property before. They said, oh my God, it's great, blah, 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 blah. And your client be happy. And I'm like, do I take this chance? Do I roll this dice? I rolled the dice and the client they were floored. They loved the hotel. The service was great, if you can believe that. Service was great. Hotel was great. It worked out. And at that point, I said, I've never been to New York. My first time in New York was maybe about 5 years ago. So that was 7 years ago, right? So it still took me 2 years to get there. But yeah, so sometimes we have to do that. We don't like it, but sometimes we got to do what we got to do. Excuse me, I'm getting choked up. I wasn't choked up until I came on this thing. So anyway, the blog. So go to my blog, russellofhotels.com. Can you see that? I guess so. russellofhotels.com is my blog. Go to the blog, drop down, and it go bing. And then you're like, okay, now what? Well, all the information, all the information. The topics that I discuss will be on the blog. Like today's topic is on the blog already, right? Tuesday's topic from On Air with Russell of Hotels, contrary to popular belief, everyone does not know your brand exists, is on the blog. So if you did not get a chance to check it out, please check it out. All that stuff is there. You don't have to write anything down. You don't have to commit anything to memory. Just go to the blog, hit the drop down, and you'll see the topics that I'm discussing. So today is no exception. So this is one of the guest rooms at the Gaylord. So this is actually the sitting area. To the left of me over here, over here is the bed. Okay, you can't see it, but you can see there's a patio right there. And this is on the, I would say the 20th floor, something like that. So it's overlooking the pool and everything. So it was just a great hotel, great location. So yeah, so everything's good. So once again, the blog, check it out. Did I say we're live on LinkedIn and live on YouTube? I think I said that already. And if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do so. Just stop what you're doing right now and just go to YouTube and just hit the subscribe button, big square thing, and just hit it and it go bing. Everything goes bing. And it go bing, and then you're subscribed. So what that means is anytime I go live, you'll get a notification. You're like, oh, this Russell of Hotels dude is going live. I wonder what he has to say. What is he going to talk about? Well, if you're on today, now you know what I'm going to talk about. And you can always make comments in real time on YouTube. On LinkedIn, you can make comments, but they're just not in real time. Okay. Now, if I use another platform, you probably could do that, but I like the platform I'm using now. So there you go. So that's me. And what is that? I can see a little glare right there. Can I fix that glare? Let me see. Can I fix that glare? Because it's ticking me off. No, I can't fix the glare without me distorting myself in the process. Maybe I can. Well, I just did it. Well, no, I don't like that. Something's not right. Something's not right. Let's see. Yeah. What is that glare right there? I don't know what that is. Why is that doing that? Can I move over here? I don't know what that is. It's ticking me off, whatever it is. So anyway, let's move on. Let's move on because this show doesn't have to be that damn long, okay? Sometimes I just make it long just because I have no one else to talk to, so I have to talk to you guys. So I'm gonna go over here and try to cover it up and see if that works. See if that works. Okay, so the topic for today is, and in fact, I gotta wait for it to come back around. Let's see. Okay. Topic for today is why my conversations with meeting professionals create opportunities for DMOs and hotels. Now, when I say DMOs and hotels, that means the salespeople, right? DMO stands for Destination Marketing Organization, which CVB, Convention and Visitors Bureau, that's the term that used to be used. Well, it's still being used, but I guess it just depends on how long you've been in the industry and what term you use. And then for hotel salespeople, right? Why? And today, how did this topic come up? Today, I was looking at something. I think I was doing a video. Well, it was a video that I'd already done, and I was, what was I doing? I was putting it into another platform, right? Because what I do is I take all these videos or these reels and I make them into videos, right? So, but I may take a reel, which is say 40 seconds, but I have to put it into something else. I have to put it in another platform and then create whatever I'm trying to create. So actually the one I was doing today had Miss Tiffany on it. Ironically, it had Miss Tiffany on it. And I was thinking, all the information that these people share, I'm talking to meeting planning people, right? The people like Tiffany English, who has her own company, Velvet Style Marketing, okay? Who else? Miss Maybell Olufellow, okay, who has a meeting planning company as well, does things internationally. Then I had Miss Miranda Kaiser, that she does a lot of pharmaceutical business, right? And she does things internationally as well. And they're each one of them. And then I had Miss Mary with, I can't think of the name of her organization, but she plans meetings for women to get their sass back. Okay. So I had those 3 or 4 ladies on where I had conversation with them. Okay. And each one of them highlighted what they were looking for in a hotel and a destination, right? Each one of them did, right? And my question to those people, the 4 people, has anyone reached out to you? Meaning, is anyone that have seen these conversations, these little reels that I've been posting, has anyone, meaning a hotel or a DMO, reached out to you based on what they saw on this video or based on the live that I'm doing with them? Or, the conversation, I put it on my platform so people can see it, right? Well, guess what the answer was? No. The answer was no. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm basically having these conversations with people. They're basically given a blueprint to what a successful meeting is, or, the destinations, the specs that they're looking for, where they're looking. They're giving you the dates. They don't give the dates, but they're telling you that they're actively looking for hotels and sites for their meetings. But no one is reaching out to them. No DMOs, Destination Marketing Organizations, and a lot of them watch this. No hotel salespeople, and a lot of them watch this. This is basically letting people know that these people have business for you. You got to work for it, but they're telling you ahead of time that, hey, I have this business. Tiffany says she does 40 meetings a year. She said that. And this is what she's looking for. These are the types of hotels she's looking for. And it doesn't have to be a popular destination. If it makes sense, it makes sense. But if you're not reaching out to them after the table is set, they're sitting there eating, okay? All you gotta do is pick up the plates. You know what I mean? The stuff is there. The information is there, but we're not paying attention to that. We're looking at, we're doing some, I don't know what the heck we're doing, okay, as a salesperson. I wish that, like I said, and I've been removed from working on property for about 7 years, okay? My last job, I was a director of sales and marketing. Now, this is how much social media has evolved in 7 years, where there was no one doing this type of stuff. This was not happening. Doing these video shows and video podcasts where you can actually see them, not just 100% audio, but video and audio, right? This wasn't happening. Okay, so I would have killed for something like this, for content, for someone to create content like this and have someone on where someone is basically having a conversation. Some people will call them interviews. I call them a conversation. And the conversation is basically about them, their business, what they look for, were they booked in the past, all those kind of things. Are they looking for more business? Do they have any meetings coming up? All those things is what they're talking about. But we as hotel salespeople, DMO salespeople, we're not seeing this. Because if you were, you'd be calling these people. Because guess what? They have business. These people have business. And guess what? I just completed one meeting in San Diego, downtown San Diego, near the gas lamp area, as well as one in Greenville, South Carolina. Okay, 2 programs that just completed this week. Well, the one in San Diego completes. Today's the last day. The one in Greenville was last week. Okay, so guess what? These 2 groups, and it's 2 separate groups, they need other locations. Okay, so I'm throwing that out there, and I want to see who reaches out. Because this stuff is happening. It's fluid. It's fluid. So I was thinking about that today, and that's how I came up with the topic. Because a lot of the topics come from me just sitting around, just like pondering, like, what am I going to talk about today? And this thing popped up in my head, like, bing! Why my conversations with meeting professionals create opportunities for DMO and hotel salespeople. Boom. It seemed pretty easy to me, right? Pretty straightforward. So anyway, okay, let's move on to it. Now that I went off and went on this little soliloquy, now let me just go ahead and just get into the meat of this, the meat and taters, okay? And this thing is just really bothering me over here. So I'm gonna move over here. I hope my camera doesn't, okay. Oh, see, there you go. I knew that was going to happen. Okay. So I'm going to stay right here. All right. These conversations elevate brand number one, I'm sorry. These conversations elevate brands and brand visibility. When I feature meeting and event professionals on my platforms, it puts, I'm sorry. I don't know if this is right. What am I doing here? Okay, so when I put these things on here, when I talk about, when I feature meeting and event professionals on my platforms, it puts them in front of a wide audience of my LinkedIn network and other audiences, right? Visibility leads to recognition, and recognition creates credibility. For DMOs and hotels, it's essentially free marketing with authority, a trusted voice showcasing your story to your potential clients and partners. So, okay, so I'm always showcasing a hotel, right? So this is basically free advertising for this particular hotel. Today it is, okay? So you're getting it for free, Gaylord Pacific, right? So when I feature these meeting and event professionals on my platform, it puts their hotel, their DMO or destination in front of my wide LinkedIn network, which is like, I don't know, 27,000 people, something like that on LinkedIn, right? So anytime I do something, it has the potential to go out to at least 27,000 people. Okay, I can't control how many people share it, but I know what my numbers are, right? So people do share the content, they make comments, they do all this kind of stuff, which is great. That's what we want, right? But it's creating these opportunities that, when people come on and talk, they're talking about themselves. They're talking about what they have out there. They're talking about things that we as salespeople should be chomping at the bit for. We're like, oh my God, they're basically giving me a blueprint to this. Meaning I don't have to go anywhere to get this lead. This lead is here on air with Russell, or this daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. Why wouldn't I want to do that? Why would I not want to follow this guy? And the same thing with the meeting planners, right? Because I'm showing a hotel. They may not have known about this hotel. Miss Tiffany just said she's never been to a Gaylord, although they have booked one in Dallas, but it's been sight unseen. Well, she's seeing more of that now, right? She's seeing more of this one, the Gaylord Pacific, which is outside of San Diego. So now, moving forward, this is fresh in her mind now, right? Okay, the Gaylord Pacific, maybe that's on her list of hotels when they're doing things in Southern California or the San Diego areas of California, right? So that's what this is all about. It's all about exposing or elevating people's brands or brands that are out there that we may not have known about. So this is kind of a piggyback on this, contrary to popular belief, everyone does not know your brand exists. It's kind of the same thing. Number 2, opening doors to potential group business. These conversations often go beyond brand storytelling. Planners share their needs, challenges, and preferences, which naturally creates an opportunity for DMOs and hotels to step in and offer solutions. Yeah, offer the solution. Every meeting planner has a problem. They need to find a hotel, right? So what is the solution? Well, the DMOs, they talk about their destination, and the hotels, and the hotel partners, they talk about their hotels. Okay, well, this is how this could work for your hotel. We do this, we do that. We have this, we have that. That gives you an opportunity for that. Listen to this. Now, okay, this is another comment from Miss Tiffany. Let me put this at the bottom so you can see it. It said, yes, I didn't even know there was a Gaylord in San Diego or in California. Yeah, I mentioned it's the only one in California. So most of them are like in I think the South region or whatever, maybe East Coast. I know there's one on the East Coast too, but they're not in California. So yeah, this is the first one here. So she did not even know it even existed. So that's what I'm talking about, right? So basically I'm offering free, well, today I am, or just right now, yeah, this is it's free promotion, free advertising for the Gaylord, which I'm happy to do, right? Because I've been there, I've experienced it, right? So I'll never show anything. I'll never show a hotel, and I say this all the time. That's my disclaimer. I never show a hotel or destination that I have not experienced. Okay, so anything that I show on my show, I've been there. Okay, it's not this, how people get caught up in social media like, oh, I've been here and this and that. Well, they just took the picture. Someone gave them the picture. They got stock photos. No, these are not stock photos. These are off my phone, okay? I took these photos, okay? So I'm sharing them with you because I've experienced a hotel before. So there you go. So these conversations often go beyond brand storytelling. Planners share their needs, challenges, and preferences, which naturally creates an opportunity for DMOs and hotels to step in and offer solutions. It's not just a spotlight, it's a chance to generate new leads and convert awareness in real group bookings. Yeah, those people that I had on the show, Tiffany, Mary, Maybell, and Miss Sizer. What is her first name? I can't remember her name. Miranda. Okay, they all have group business. That's potential group business. I'm not just making it up. They told me that they had group business. That's what they do. They're meeting professionals. They're event professionals. They plan meetings throughout the world, not just here in the U.S., but throughout the world, right? So, but of course, depending on who's listening, I was going to say, well, of course, we're only, focusing on here in the U.S. No, we're not, because this is global, okay? So people that are outside looking in, meaning outside of the United States, seeing this show, they can reach out as well. They can reach out as well, and they're more than welcome to do so, because I go to a lot of international trade shows or conferences or whatever. They may be based here, but they have an international component. I'm going to IMEX. Okay, I have appointments set up with people that are international. I get a lot of my information from IMEX. The last IMEX I went to was 2 years ago, and it just so happens that I had a group that was going to Morocco. Okay, I was able to get information on a DMC and some hotels and some riads. I was able to get information from the people that were representing Morocco at IMEX. Okay, and then found someone from Spain, Malaga. Found somebody from Marbella. Found somebody from Barcelona. Okay, someone from Paris. Just so happened this same group went to all those different destinations. So that's what it's all about. We go to these things, but hopefully we're educating ourselves and we're taking this information and we're using it, for the betterment of our groups. Okay, hopefully that's what we're doing. At least that's what I do. I don't know what you do, but that's what I do. Okay, the last one. They extend reach through my LinkedIn and social media platforms, connecting hospitality salespeople with decision makers. My 27,000 plus whatever LinkedIn connections and social media mean that each conversation lives well beyond the original interview. Hospitality salespeople who are connected with me gain exposure to decision makers they may not otherwise reach. This creates an ongoing cycle of networking, brand awareness, and potential collaboration that benefits both sides. So it's important that you listen to that one, right? Because the more people that are connected to me, because if you're not connected, you can't see all the stuff, right? You can't see the information. So it's beneficial to connect, not just with me, but with other people, right? People that are doing things that maybe help out your business, right? So hotel people, connect with people outside of your network. Don't just connect with people within hotels or DMOs or destinations. No, you want to connect with people that are different businesses, because guess what? Those are the people that you're going to do business with. You're not going to do business with another hotel. You're a hotel, okay? So why would you want to do business with them? It doesn't make sense. So connect with people from insurance companies, law firms, all these things, because every one of those companies, if you use LinkedIn the way you're supposed to, you can just type in the space bar, say you're looking for insurance companies. Type in insurance companies, see what comes up. You can find people that maybe they do meeting planning. Maybe they in charge of planning their, group outings or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of information on LinkedIn that we just don't use, we don't even think about. So connect with me. Bottom line, connect with me, because I'm going to share these things with everyone. It's not just about me. It's about everyone out there that can utilize this information, right? If that's knowing about the Gaylord, if that's knowing that Tiffany English is a meeting planner that has 30 meetings, at least 30 meetings annually, and she's in charge of doing the site selection for those. And Russell of Hotels not just does, I'm not just a content creator. I'm also a meeting professional as well. I also do hotel site selection. I just mentioned that I just finished 2 programs, one in San Diego and one in Greenville, just this week, right? So, and guess what? They need more meetings moving forward. There's another 10 meetings that they're going to be planning for next year. So, hello, I'm just waiting to see who's going to reach out and say and take advantage of the information that's been given to you. So, woo, man, that was a good one, right? So anyway, that's it on that. What time is it? I've been on this 34 minutes. Woo! So once again, this is the Gaylord Pacific. Next Tuesday on air with Russell of Hotels would be show number 314. 2 days ago was 313. Next week will be 314. Okay, so check it out every Tuesday at 1 p.m. live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, and the replay is on those same platforms. So if you miss it, it's okay. Just check it out on the replay. It's all right. Of course, I would love everyone to watch it live, but some people don't have time. I don't even have time to listen to it. Okay, I just have time to record it. But anyway, this is the lobby at the Gaylord. I mean, just man. And And outside those doors, that's where the pool area is. That's where it begins, right? But it's huge. It's so much. It's so much going on there. It's crazy. Okay. So so if you're ever in Chula Vista area outside of San Diego, you need to check it out. 1,600 rooms, 477,000 square feet of meeting space, 4 restaurants, a sports bar. So I guess I guess that's 5 restaurants really. They have a speakeasy there too, right? And the way, I'm not even going to spoil this. The speakeasy, the way you get to it, the way I mean, it's not just, you just can't walk into the speakeasy. You have to know the secret way to get into the speakeasy. And it's dope, okay? I just have to say it. It's dope the way they did it. So, woo! So anytime you go to the Gaylord, ask to see the speakeasy, okay? The Gaylord in the Gaylord Pacific, the one in outside of San Diego. Ask to see the speakeasy, okay? And then let me know that you checked it out, because you'll be like, oh my God, that was so cool. Who knew? Who knew that it existed? So this is the pool. You can see it's kind of an aerial view of the pool area. This was, I was in the room and I took this photo from the guest room I was in. So one is the wave pool, and you can see the wave pool. Where's my finger? That's the wave pool right there. So at any time, this thing will just whoosh, waves will just create and just splash people. I say the waves are so strong and knocked this one kid out of the pool. I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. No, that was a joke. That was a joke, okay? Could you imagine the waves were so high that it knocked kids out of the pool? That'd be kind of dope. Okay, it would be. Depends on whose kids they were. But anyway, that was a joke, people. Okay. So, but anyway, check it out. If you're ever in the area, go check out the Gaylord Pacific. Especially if you do meetings, you need to go check it out. In fact, Miranda, who was one of the meeting professionals that I had a conversation with, she had recently went to the Gaylord. She had a program there, and it was relatively new. So she was saying, she said, it's a great place. It's just that when they were there, like, don't be the first one. Don't be the first meeting in a new place, right? Because a lot of hotels, when they're brand new, they have kinks and everything they have to work out, okay? They're not used to checking in, 300 and 400 people at one time, okay? Although, because they opened the hotel, they didn't open all 1,600 rooms at one time. They only opened maybe 250 to 300 rooms at one time. So they had to get practice of, doing that. And sometimes that's hard. If you've never done that before, that's a tough thing to deal with. So never be, my advice when it's a new hotel, don't be the guinea pig, okay? Don't be the first one to experience a brand new hotel. Don't be the first group to experience a new hotel, because you will be the guinea pig, okay? And she didn't say guinea pig. Those are my words, okay? But she did have a group that went there. She said the hotel is spectacular. There's just a couple things they had to iron out. And she said by the time their meeting was over, they had ironed out those things. And that's what you want. It's all about the recovery, okay? Things are going to occur at hotel, from a brand new hotel to a hotel that's been there, 20 years. Things are going to occur, but it's all about the recovery. Did the hotel recover from it? Did they satisfy whatever they said they're going to do? Did you walk away satisfied? Did your client walk away satisfied? And that's what it's all about, right? It's all about that recovery. So way to go, Gaylord. So that's it. What's the last thing right there? You can't expect results if you're hiding. Visibility is not luck, it's strategy. So it's not luck that I do these shows. It's all about strategy, that I do a daily check-in, that I do on air with Russell of Hotels, because I want people to see me. I want people to know what I do. I want people to know who I am, what I do, and how I can help them. And I bring other things along with me. I bring hotels along with me, like the Gaylord Pacific today. I bring meeting planners, hotel salespeople, DMO salespeople, like I did with those conversations that you may have seen, right? So if you haven't checked out any of my conversations that I've had them with Tiffany, had them with, and I mentioned the people already, Miranda and some other people, right? even hotel people and DMO people as well. Okay, so make sure you check those out. They're there on my LinkedIn page. So just scroll down. You'll see all the conversations that I've had. It may be like roughly about 10 of them. Okay, and so check those out, because I'm not only there for me, but I'm bringing along other people with me. And if you're watching these things, make sure you're listening. It's not about watching, it's about listening, because people are giving you a roadmap to their business, to what they're looking for. Okay, the hotel people are telling you what they look for. Okay, that they're at a resort, they're at this destination that may not be as popular as some of the other ones, but you get more bang for your buck, right? I mean, all those things are things that we should be listening to. If we're a meeting professional, okay, well, maybe my client's dollar will go a lot further there. Or if we're a meeting professional, we're like, oh, I didn't even think about, Singer Island Marriott. Okay, I didn't even know where Singer Island was, or the Gaylord Pacific. We have, California on the calendar, but we haven't come up with a hotel yet, and it's a large group. I didn't even know there was a Gaylord Pacific there. Those are things that I'm giving information, not just me, but the people that I'm speaking with, the people that I'm having conversations with. You may call them interviews, whatever you want to call them. There's information that's here. It's just you have to listen and you have to act. That's it. I don't know what else I can say, right? So anyway, that's it. Any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me, russell@russellofhotels.com. That is my email. My website is russellofhotels.com. My website, my email is there. My phone number is there. However you want to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me. On LinkedIn, I'm always on LinkedIn, so you can leave me messages on LinkedIn as well, and I'll make sure I respond, hopefully in a timely manner. Hopefully. Anyway, that's it. Have a great day. Once again, today is Thursday, so remember, tomorrow I'll do another one. And thank you for the people that are, like Tiffany, who made the comments. It's all about the engagement. So I appreciate the comments. Keep them coming. If you don't follow me on LinkedIn, please do so. If you don't subscribe to my channel on YouTube, please do so, because I love getting these comments in real time. That way I can respond to them in real time, like I did with Tiffany. Okay, so there you go. That is it. Have a great day. And as always, peace.